So the solubility of a substance, like how we can identify whether a substance will be miscible or immiscible. So you have to check the type of intermolecular forces. So we can check the solubility. For ionic compound, there is a different way to identify the solubility in water, and for covalent compound, there's a different way. So solubility of ionic compounds. So for ionic compounds, there are two things. One is called hydration energy. Another one is known as lattice energy. So these are the two terms which are very important to predict whether a substance, like some of the salt dissolve in water. If we add like sodium chloride, it dissolve in water. If we add sodium nitrate, it also dissolve. But when we add calcium carbonate, it does not dissolve. So some of the salt dissolve in water and some of the salt does not dissolve in water. So the main reason is the hydration and the lattice. What is the hydration energy? Hydration energy means when ions are surrounded by water molecule, or water molecule tend to form the bond with the ions, so they release energy. We call that as hydration energy. So example, we have sodium ion. So this sodium ion, the water molecule will have partial positive and negative. So oxygen, which is partial negative, hydrogen partial positive, and another molecule of oxygen which is partial negative, another molecule of water in which oxygen is partial negative, and there's another molecule of water in which oxygen is partial negative and hydrogen partial positive. So when this partial positive and negative try to form a bond with each other, bond forming is exothermic. So this is when they try to form a bond, they release energy, and the energy which it is released, what we call that as a hydration energy. And this has happened for both positive ion and negative ion. Like here, if you want to add sodium chloride to water, so when we add sodium chloride to water, the sodium ions will be surrounded by water molecule, as well as chloride ion will be surrounded by water molecule. So these chloride ions which are negative, but the chloride ion, the hydrogen will be facing the chloride ion, because the hydrogen is partial positive and unlike charges will attract each other. So partial positive, negative, positive, positive, and oxygen is partial negative. So when the partial positive hydrogen try to attract, form a bond with this chlorine, as a result, what happened? As a result, bond forming is exothermic, so it will release energy, and we call that as a hydration energy. So hydration energy, the energy released when ions form a bond with a molecule or permanent dipoles, we call that as a hydration energy. What is the meaning of lattice energy? The term lattice energy means when ions in the gaseous state will form a compound, like sodium ion is there and chloride ion is there, it will form a sodium chloride compound. So the solubility of a substance depends on, like when sodium ion is there in a gaseous state and chloride ion is there, they will form a bond with each other. They will also release energy, and that energy is known as the lattice energy. So how we can identify whether a substance will be soluble or insoluble? So we have to check the hydration energy and lattice energy. If the hydration energy is more than the lattice energy, so if hydration energy of the ions more than the lattice energy, the substance will dissolve. And opposite, if hydration energy if hydration of ion is less than the lattice energy, then what will observe? The substance will not dissolve, or it will be insoluble. So how these two factors affect the solubility of a substance in ionic compound? Like example, we have a sodium chloride crystal. Say sodium ions are there. I am not drawing the complete lattice, I'm just drawing a part of the lattice. So sodium ion is there and chloride ion. So when we say the lattice energy, when ions form a compound, we call lattice. Like these ions were there and they come closer to each other, and as a result, when they come closer to each other, they will form a compound that we call lattice energy. Example, lattice energy, this is not the right accurate value, I'm just using the numbers. Example, the lattice energy was minus 200. When the ions come closer to each other, minus 200 kilojoule per mole. This was the energy released. So if I want to separate them, if I want to move them away from each other, so how much energy I need? I need same 200 joule, because when ions come closer, they release 200. So if I want to separate them, I have to supply them 200 so they can be separated. So what happened when we add this solid, the crystal, into water? The water molecules surround it. Like water molecules are there, as I mentioned, the hydration energy. So water molecules will try to pull them to, or try to make these ions apart, try to separate these ions from each other. So as a result, when water molecules come closer, the water molecules try to form a bond with these ions. So when the water molecules try to form the ion bonds between these ions, so means the energy will be released, that will be hydration energy. So the total energy, like example, the total energy which is released when oxygen is forming a bond with sodium and hydrogen is forming a bond with chlorine, the sum of the energy might be, example, 300 minus 300 because it's exo. So the energy to separate the ions, we only need 200. But when the ions are surrounded by water molecule, they're releasing 300. So that energy is sufficient to separate the ions. So as a result, what happened? The sodium ion and the chloride ion will move away from each other. So as they will move away from each other, the ions spread out. And as the ions spread out, the substance, the ionic substance will dissolve. Is it clear, the concept that how ionic compound dissolve in water? And why some ionic compounds are soluble and some ionic compounds are insoluble. But what will happen, for example, if when ions are coming closer to each other, when the water molecules are surrounding, and they were, this hydration energy example was 150. So this hydration energy of 150, it's a small value. So this is not enough energy to separate the ions. So as a result, what happened? These ions will remain in contact. So as the ions will remain in contact, the ionic substance will not dissolve. So solubility of the ionic compound depends on the two values, hydration energy as well as lattice. So if hydration is more than the lattice, the value of the hydration is more than the lattice, the substance will dissolve. But if the value of the hydration is less than the lattice energy, the substance will be insoluble. This is the solubility of ionic compound. But what about the solubility of the covalent compounds, like how to identify? So we have to check the intermolecular forces. They should have, so solubility of the covalent substances, what we have to do, we have to check the type of intermolecular forces. And always remember the term like dissolves like. So if they have identical type of forces, even one of the forces identical, it will dissolve. But if they have different types of forces, then it will not dissolve. Like example, we want to check whether ethanol dissolve in water or no. So we have ethanol and we have water. Best thing, whenever you want to uh, identify the type of intermolecular force, try to draw the structure. So when I draw the structure of ethanol, eth means 2 carbon and all means there will be OH group. And water, which is H2O, will have 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Now, when we check the type of intermolecular force, like between ethanol molecule, what kind of intermolecular force? So OH is there, CO is there, and CC is there. So what kind of intermolecular force? Because of CC, this part leads to London forces. I am writing LF in short. This part really leads to dipole-dipole force. I am writing DD. And this part leads to hydrogen bonding. I am writing HB. In case of water, because this is partial negative, positive, and positive. So hydrogen bonded with oxygen, so there will be hydrogen bond will be there. And because of difference in the electronegativity, bonds are polar and molecule is polar. So the overall molecule will also have dipole-dipole force. So their forces matches. Even like what is a common force? You can see there is a hydrogen bond. So there's a hydrogen bond here and there's a hydrogen bond in water. So if I have identical type of force, same type of force, then the substance are miscible. That's why ethanol mix with water. But when we increase the number of the carbon in alcohol, the solubility decreases. Why? Because as the number of the carbon increases, the dipole induced dipole forces increases or London dispersion forces increase, and water is not having or very weak London forces in water. That's why higher alcohols are less soluble in water as compared to lower alcohol. Higher alcohol means alcohol with a greater carbon number. The greater the number of the carbon in alcohol, less soluble in water. Is it clear? The solubility of the substance. And if the question is why, like example, hexane does not dissolve in water. So hexane, hex means 6 carbon. This is one molecule of hexane. So because hydrogen and carbon, they have a similar, very small difference in the electronegativity. Always consider their bond as non-polar. So carbon-carbon, so what kind of force is there? In hexane, it will have London forces or dipole-induced dipole force. Or you can say London forces. This is the same way. For water, so this was hexane. And the other one is water. When we check, so water is having a major force in water, that is hydrogen bond. So they don't have any kind of similar force. So as they don't have the similar force, like the major force in water is a hydrogen bond, as hydrogen is bonded with the most electronegative element, oxygen, like it form a bond with oxygen, fluorine or nitrogen, then it will be hydrogen bond. So they don't have a common type of force. So when the molecules are not having common type of force, then it will be immiscible, does not dissolve, or it will be insoluble. So for covalent substances, what you will identify, how you will identify the solubility, you will check the type or the nature of the intermolecular force. But for ionic compounds, how you'll identify the solubility? You will check the hydration energy as well as lattice. If hydration is more than lattice, the substance will dissolve. If hydration is less than the lattice, the substance will not dissolve. So this was the topic, intermolecular forces. Next session, we will do questions related to the topic. Any question related to the class today? So we completed this topic. Next session, we will do questions from this one.